Hey, greetings everyone. This is Grandmaster Amin Ra coming to you from Mombasa, Kenya. Weather has been pretty good. We've been getting the much needed rains, short rains that are in the country. And here in Mombasa, it likes to rain in the early morning or in the nighttime, and then during the day it becomes sunny. So we're experiencing that now. They were thinking that the short rains were not going to be here, and now they're here in plenty. So, for those that don't really know that much about me, is that I'm from Los Angeles, California. I was born and raised there. Uh, I'm 60 years old, and in 1996, I had an opportunity. Uh, Made my way to visiting Africa. It was like a 10-year journey just to get here, and circumstances came out, and then I decided I wasn't going to go back. And so until now, I've not gone back. I'm now in my 22nd year here. Um, I created this platform, Black Man's Guide, back in 2005. I actually wrote a book about it because I saw that uh, Africa was rising while the United States and blacks in the United States were really going down. And we are going down. We now see that our black communities are gone. We're seeing that real estate in the black community is not rising in value. We see a great disparity between wealth. Black household has $8, and then there's so many statistics, and then whites have some outrageous. For every $8 blacks have, whites have $175 or some $17 compared to $1,000. But the disparity between the two groups is very wide. Manufacturing jobs have long since been taken out of the country. Trump has been talking about that, and America is really struggling, trying to find oil to feed its uh, petrol-driven nation. Um, it basically, uh, we're having a lot of problems there. Recently, China has beat America into the 5G network, and this is something that is really terrible, considering that America claims to be the high tech capital of the world, and now China came out with 5G, and even the countries they tried to arrest the CEO Yahweh, the company who invented the 5G support system, and yeah, that that didn't work. And then he threatened all of her allies not to use Yahweh products, or actually not to go to 5G with China. And even Great Britain has started to make deals with China for the 5G network because the United States has not created it yet. So these are the signs. There have been the signs slowly but surely. These are the things that are going on. More things are happening recently than in the past. And of course, we know that racism is just at a very high rate now in the country. Blacks have been marginalized. We're being put to the side. We're like a non-issue now. That we're the third minority, not even the second minority, not even the first minority. We're just like the third minority in the country. So I know a lot of brothers are out there. They're saying, "Oh well, they're looking at their options," and I'm saying that modern Africa is an option, and it's like the only solution, I believe, for all our problems that we have in the United States. At least 99% of them. So I'm going to come on today and discuss about the some few small businesses that African Americans can get involved in. So me, I'm an entrepreneur here in Africa, and I've been in many business ventures. I'm not rich. Don't look at me like that capitalistic eye, okay? But I do really well. I can really come and go as I please, travel where I want to go, eat what I want to eat. I got a wonderful family here. So my kids are in school, and my wife also has her own business. here. So we're like a middle income group, just struggling to get by like everybody else. And I'm working on a venture that is going to hopefully grow into something that's really big. Not that I'm looking for the big money, because I don't have that capitalistic mindset like I did when I was in the U.S., but because it will help a lot of people. And that's what my life is about as a Black conscious man. I want to help Black people, and African or Black people, and I love helping them. So I wanted to get right into this. This is five, 6 small businesses that you can think about if you're coming into modern Africa, making that transition. The first one is vending machine. Now, vending machines are not here in big numbers in the areas where it's concentrated full of people. But if somebody could invest in 2 or 3 vending machines, put them in the right spot, because of the population boom here in Kenya, you get like thousands and thousands of people passing that vending machine. It can be a great benefit if people decide that choose to use the items in your vending machine as opposed to going to the duka. I think they'll like it, and I think it can really be a prosperous thing. Now, I'm not talking about the traditional vending machine that we see in the U.S. chips, candy bars, juices, sodas. Okay, those things can be there, but you can also put in like 4 or 5 tomatoes wrapped in a nice little package, and they can just put the money in and get tomatoes. African people use tomatoes like the hell. They every day they're going out searching for them. So if you can come up with something like that, or sell bananas coming out of the machine, because we eat a lot of bananas here. Peanuts, also jugals they call them, and that's a big thing. But I'm saying, don't think of you coming here to sell American fruit, potato chips, and things like that. Africans don't eat that. But the vending machine can, if you can come up with a right product, put your vending machine in the right spot. I'm saying that thing can really boom for you just because it's a novelty. And if you can get, for those people that understand what I'm talking about, if you can get the machine to go and use M-Pesa, wow, you just that'd be the end of the day. Because M-Pesa, people can pay M-Pesa to use the vending machine. Wow. So the next item is Border Border. Border Border is the small motorcycle. This recently came out. I've been here 22 years. It wasn't here when I first came, but recently, in the last I say 10 years, it's become very popular, and you really can't. They're everywhere. And what you do is you buy a small motorcycle. These ones they sell are from made in India and made in China. You buy a motorcycle for 100,000 shillings. That's like $1,000, and you get a guy to ride the motorcycle, and he's responsible for the repairs. He's petrol, everything. You just supply the motorcycle, and he splits the profits with you. So, this is a thing where you have to have somebody to work for you. But it's good money, because you can get like, let's say 500 shillings a day off of a border motorcycle. That comes out to be a lot of money at the end of the day. You can get different drivers. If you need help on understanding which drivers to get, they have guys that can help you with that. And, because of the population boom again, there's so many guys that are out there that didn't finish school that can do border driving. And I've seen a lot of these guys are really making a big living out of it. They get their own motorcycle, and then they just keep all that profit. So this can't help but grow, because the cities are growing, the countries are growing. So this is another venture you can get into. So if you come up here with $1,000, $2,000, and you want to know where to invest it into motorcycles, and then rent them out as borders. You really can't lose, because they're everywhere. So they have a system in governing these things so that you don't get really ripped off, or you're out there on your own. No, there's a lot of opportunities everywhere. You get the right guy, wow, you can go far. Okay, the next one is the next small business idea for Black Americans to get into in Kenya and in modern Africa in general is database management. So I was talking to my son about this. He was like, "What's that, Dad?" And a lot of people don't really understand. But Africa has a lot of small business because it's big, and these little ventures that come in. If you guys have these small shops, or they have 2 or 3 shops, or they have a small hardware store in 2 different locations, and they're all analog. Most Africans, this business are still all run by people who didn't have computers back in the day, so they're still doing book ledger, and their businesses are growing, and they're still hanging on to book ledger. If you can get somebody to go around, you can come here and get a laptop, go around to these businesses and say, hey, I can store your data on a computer. Now they've heard this because they've seen the government is now e-friendly. If you go to ecitizen.go.ke, ecitizen.go.ke, you'll see that Kenya is just all electronic now. Website, you can do everything. And in fact, I recommend you go to this website so that you can see that you can get a business license even if you're a foreigner, and it only takes like 30 minutes. So look into that. Now, back to this thing. This small business idea is something that can really be great. I have got many opportunities. Imagine my kid was born in General Hospital in Mombasa, and then when we had to go back and get a birth certificate record, they have a big room full of files, and that was she's 7 years old now. So my wife just went back for our smallest girl, and they have now a computer, and they have now started into putting that data. They have hired somebody to input that data into that General Hospital, into the computer. So this is changing, and eventually all businesses are going to be dependent on computer. And there's still so many areas, so many places you can go and get into businesses just with a laptop. Walk around and say, I can store your data, Get you a portable hard drive or put it up on the cloud, keep their data, counting data, and make them get rid of their ledger books. Especially if you have a background in accounting, you can do really well here as far if you're dealing with a computerized accounting. Okay, the next one is professional high-tech phone repair. Now, before I talk about the professional high-tech phone repair guy, and these are things that I see as a Black American, these are my opinion. These are not on the ground. I'm here every day. I deal with so many hundreds of people, and I see the businesses that go on. I see what people are complaining about and what they need. So I just want to say that these are my observations dealing with businesses for 22 years in the country. Before I say that, I want to talk about the Wave. Wave.com. It's the African Super Chat. As you may know, we don't have Super Chat here in Africa. And I'm giving you these type of shows, and I expect you guys to, I know some of you guys want to support me so I can continue making these shows. And you can do that by going to www.wave.com. And it's a site where you can send money instantly to any number in Kenya, any phone number in Kenya. And the number for me is area code 254 720 907 329. And the contact name is Evelyn Omandi. I'm going to put that into the credits in the comment section. So I would like you guys to come out and support me with $2, $1. If you're now in America, $1, $2, what's that? But here, when you do it this way, when it comes to Africa, we get the reverse exchange rate. So the money is worth a lot of money. So it will push me to support me to do these type of shows. Okay, high-tech phone repair. Kenya has more mobile phones than even in America, than any other country in the world. I mean, not Kenya, but Africa has more mobile phones than any other country and continent in the world. So everybody has phones. We're going here in 4G. Phones are there. They're very expensive. People get smartphones. But unfortunately, this is what has happened. Imagine when the phones started breaking down in the early days, these guys that dropped out of high school, these little, repair guys for TVs and stuff like that, they started venturing into phones because people were like, can you fix my phone? And, they saw him doing electronics. So these electronic guys shifted over to start dealing with phones. They don't have any formal training as far as how the phones work. And they don't really go into Google and read these things. They just tinker with the phone and make mistakes. And then finally they get a kind of understanding of it. And then, Africans are quick, but they don't have any formal training as far as high-tech phones are concerned. So the new phones are coming out with more high tech, and these guys are at their limit, because they're not going to go in and educate themselves on how they work. They're just going to tinker with them, and you can't tinker with a 10,000, 15,000 phone. People are not going to go for that. So people are kind of weary about sending their high-tech phones to these guys, and they look for somebody that's high-tech. So they have like call centers for like Samsung has a center, Nokia has a center. These phones, Techno has so many centers here, the Chinese phones, and they take advantage of the people and charge them a lot of money. But if you can get a local, personal, high-tech phone repair shop and get a high-tech guy, or at least get one Kenyan guy, and then pay to train him on how to deal with the phones, then you off and running. Oftentimes, these guys are just a matter of money and time. If you're going to pay for them to get the high-tech training, then you can advertise into business that this guy is a professional expert. And I'm telling you, word of mouth will travel fast on the phone, and you can do that. Now, that area has a lot of money because these guys are making a lot of killing because people's phones are breaking every day, and parts are readily available here, especially for the Chinese phones. So you can just shop online and they can send them to you. They're doing that already. So high-tech phone repairs can be a lot of money. You just open a little small booth, maybe in town or maybe where you see lots of people and congregate, and boom, it can work. Okay, the next one is internet cafe where you provide only the internet. Now, we know our vision of what we call internet cafe is where you have all these computers there and people come and use the computers. Now people don't using their phones now. But you see, here Kenyans still are, and most Africans are still thrifty, I can say. They still have this thing where they got to hold on to every coin. They save their money. They don't want to overspend. So when you can offer them a cheap internet rates at high speed, they can come with their phone and then Wi-Fi into your network. Boom, they can sit there for hours. You provide a chair and the Wi-Fi. Let them use their phones. You might want to buy a few tablets for those people that don't have their phones, and just make it a really comfortable atmosphere, like music. Maybe have a printer and photocopy machine. Wow. You see, the problem with the cafes today is that they're putting in desktop computers inside these cafes, and people got their phones. See, so they can't. If they sit at the desk, they still haven't caught this concept. The people got their phone; they can do this all the work on their phone. But when you sit at the desk, you got to pay for the desktop. You see, so and then that's not a really comfortable position where you have your phone and then somebody else wants to use that desktop and you're not using it. You're just using your phone. Then you have to get up from the chair. So this is what's happening with the transition that many internet cafes are having now. I was in one in Nairobi where they have the room full of these big screens. The big. It was a novel idea. It looks really smart when you walk into the room, but people are not interested in that. What they want is like a couch or a chair, or even sit on the floor on a mat. Have some coffee, some tea made there. Wow. Now adding to that, you can get a really comfortable atmosphere. Boom, people will come, and you've not really invested any kind of money on furniture and all that. You're just providing a strong Wi-Fi. Add in a vending machine in the corner. Oh, you see, you can tie in, and people can just come in and buy their own food and you leave them alone. Yes, that's what's happening. African society, especially in the cities, are more getting towards that way. So they would appeal to that. Number 5, and the last one here is I wrote tiny. Let me see. Fitness trainer. A fitness trainer is, if you're a Black American and you're into fitness and you come here, you're going to be a novelty. I mean, people, just because you're a foreigner and just because you're a Black American, people have the ideas of who Black Americans are. You will get business, and you'll get business from the high-end people that are getting into fitness now. Africans, middle class, is getting pot bellies and now getting out of shape, and they see modern fitness is there. It's a business, but just like with the phone business, a lot of the guys that are fitness guys are just these big brutes that played football and didn't finish school. So now they're here and they're doing aerobics, and then but they still don't have ethics and moral values are weighing. You see, You come in here and you have good ethical values. You treat your customers right. You don't take advantage of them. You give them a good service. You follow up with the latest trends. They'll go for it because it's coming from a foreigner. And see, a lot of the upper class still have that need to say, my trainer is from America. My trainer is an American. My trainer is a British guy. You see, and then word will travel fast. So this is 6 actual small businesses that I see that you can get into in Kenya and I'm sure in modern Africa in general. So if you have any comments about them or you want to talk more about it, you can let me know in the comment section. Now remember, I'm doing this research right here on the ground. Not too many people will talk to you coming from US telling you about Africa, but how many of them actually here? Me, I'm from South Central Los Angeles. I was never supposed to come to Africa. Me, of all people, So I'm from the hood, and I know what it's like in the hood, and I know what it's like here, and I can give you the best advice. Well, not the best advice, but close to the best advice in a way you can understand. Because I know my people, I know what we can do and what we can't do, and I know that there's a lot of opportunity here in Africa. So let's get together. Give me a call. Write in the comments. Ask me questions. And please go to www.wave.com and send me $1, send me $2. The contact name is Evelyn Omandi. I'm gonna put that in the comment section. If you do that, I'll be really appreciative, and we'll keep on bringing this kind of stuff to you. Oh, is there somebody in the chat room saying, would you contact mobile providers to buy Wi-Fi services? Yeah, we have Safaricom here is one of the biggest, but they also have fiber optic networks. So fiber optic networks are also here. There are 2-3 internet service providers here in Kenya. It's spreading wildly, and then also in Kenya, is the IT hub for internet in East Africa. Looking at the M-Pesa story, but when you get I'm gonna do a show on M-Pesa when you want to start a business, because a lot of times we're thinking about credit card payment, and many people don't have credit cards or don't have a credit card connected to their bank. I hope some of you out there have a credit card, so you can send me that money on www.wave.com. $2, $3, $4. Ted Taylor sent me $5, and I thank him for that. And that money really helps me to go through this thing. So if you're serious about looking at Africa as a possible option for you or your children, putting your children through school, this is the channel for you, and I'm here to help you in any which way I can. So what's that Ruth saying? Is there a certification needed for personal training? No, you don't need certification. You just come. It's word of mouth. It's a business. It's between you and the African. You must get out of this understanding that Africa is not like the United States. It's not people going to be coming with all kind of ways and licenses. You got to have health license. You don't want to bite people, or this kind of thing. That's not there. And that's why I'm saying that this is the great time to come. You can just walk in, come from the airport, go to a gym, talk to the trainer, tell them you want to do a class. The people will come. He'll give you his people. Then, after you finish your class, you talk to them. They'll come up to you and say, yeah, where do you train? Do you have a place? And then you tell them, no, I don't have a place. I'm just here trying to see the market. And then somebody's going to help you. So it's just as simple as that. Africans are very friendly, and they're very keen towards Black Americans. You must understand this, is to take advantage of this opportunity while it's still there. Now, if America messes up internationally, it's going to look bad. Yourself in here and establish yourself so that you don't be part of that, So that's what I'm saying. Okay, what's another one? Money's on the way. We appreciate your comment. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm gonna put that in the comment section, and until we meet again, please share and like this video. I forgot to do that last time. Like and share the video, subscribe to my channel, and all of that. I'm new at this, but I see it's a really important need for our people. And when the thing goes down, it'll be something like this that'll really help us. People are looking forward to getting this good information. So thank you, Sharuz. That's great. And the rest of you guys, let's follow suit through that. All this money is going to be invested right back into the channel. But you remember now, it's not just money doesn't come just for me. I mean, it's coming to help you make a decision. So think this. Don't think of this as like I'm gonna give this a guy on the screen money. Think of it as an investment in your African plan. And I promise you, I'm gonna answer all your questions when we come. We're not gonna have that foolishness in our chat room. We're gonna be talking about straight. What can we do for now? You got 3 places you can live. You can live in the past, you can live in the present, or you can live right now. I mean, in the future. So I'm talking about what's happening now on the ground in Africa now. So when you get that, when you hear crazy stories, just come see me. I'm going to tell you if it's true or not true. Okay. So let me go, you guys. Thanks a lot for coming on the channel. And for you guys that are seeing this again when it's not live, please donate so you can help me be motivated. You don't know how great I felt when Ted sent that $5. I was like, wow, this thing can really work. People are really interested. So let me get busy. And that's what I'm doing. My life is an open book. You can always go to my Facebook channel, and I ask you to go to Facebook, Black Man's Guide to Moving to Modern Africa. It's 9 years old. So that group site is 9 years old. You can scroll down and see so many things. So you can see I'm not somebody that just was starting this thing yesterday. I've been doing this, and I've been doing this without money. Just sort of clean this out of the love for my people. So now I see that guys have told me that when I was on their shows to say, you should do this, and I'm saying, well, okay, let's see if the people are going to be serious. Let's see if there's some blacks out there that's going to say, okay, let me try to support this guy so that we can move forward. So whatever money you're seeing, I'm going to be talking about it on the chat, and also I'm going to come out with the next one videos to be about M-Pesa. And how, some of you haven't heard about it, you should Google it. M-Pesa in Kenya, it's the greatest way to make money in the world because it directs money directly to your phone. But I'm going to talk about that on another show. Oh, there's some other body saying if you can put that link in the donation. Okay, I'm going to put the link in there. It's www.wave.com. I just didn't carry the paper with me. I'm new at this. The other video I just had the paper I showed you, but I'm going to do that right now. Okay, guys. Appreciate you. Let's meet again in a couple days. I'll be back, and let's like and subscribe. So yeah, there's the web. The phone number's in my wife's name. That was from 10 years ago, so we never changed it. So if they ask you for a contact name, there it is. So, and then the phone number is 254-720-907-329. So let me know if it works or doesn't work. I'd appreciate it. And we'll meet again in a day or two. And from your support, we'll go on from there. And then also tell me what time you guys would like me to come on too. I'm in Africa, so the time difference is different. So if this is a good time, let me know if you would like it 12 hours from now. Come over. Come here. Come around here quickly. That way, this way. She's just in there jumping around. Come here. She's wondering what the hell is Daddy doing. Hey, say hi. Thanks again. Do that thing for me. I appreciate it. See you in a couple of days.